Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening. It's Thursday. It's a late one. It's 9 o'clock, and it's an away fan show. Buzzing for this one. I've got Mr Doors on tours for Forest TV. He's going to come on, Mr Doors. We're going to have a bit of a battle about the weekend. Obviously, Forest don't see us as a rival. Let's not forget that. We're nobody to Forest fans. I've seen enough of that tweeting all this week. Let's not muck around with this one. Get your tweets in, guys. Sue's around tonight for a nice lively chat because it's going to be lively. You know, Forest are going to bring it. They're flying in the table at the moment. Let's get him in. Good evening, Mr. Doors. Oh, mate, I knew this was going to be lively tonight.
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Soon as we got the draw, and I was like, oh, we've got to have Doors on for this one. After he came on for the prediction show, the banter we had. What was a great night, mate, doing the prediction show. And I think you got a lot more right than I did that night. Evening, so there we are. Copy and get yourself in there, guys. Where to start, mate? We haven't played you boys since a third round of an FA Cup replay. If I remember, it finished 0-0 at the City Ground. And then we took you back to the King Power and spanked you 4-0. And Jermaine.
Oh, don't talk about that game. I was there.
Scored a hat trick. That was the last time we played you boys. We haven't played you in 8 seasons, I think it is now. I think, 2012 was our last game against you.
Tom, we've not missed you. Let me clarify this, Leicester fans. We have not missed you one bit. So let's clarify. Let's get that out of the way.
Mate, look, we know we're not a rival to you. To me, personally, as a Leicester fan, I've always seen my rivals Coventry. That's our closest club. The M69 derby is always my favourite game. You boys have got your own little derby. You play for that little Mickey Mouse Cup every year.
Tom, you are talking so much sense. We want Mickey Cup. Yo, listen. I will throw shots at you. Don't throw little shots at me, Tom. Come on.
You saw a proper cup being won last year. You are playing the FA Cup holders. It's the biggest game of your season.
Listen to me. We're listening to me. Nottingham Forest are knocking you lot out. We've already knocked out Arsenal, who were holders 3 years ago. Now it's your two lot's turn. So I won't get too jolly, Tom. Don't get too jolly because we're coming for you. Okay?
We were talking before the format, and I said that I'm quite nervous going into this game. I mean, we're looking at the whole your season, mate. You start off with Chris Hughton in charge. For some reason, it hasn't worked out. He got a good record of getting teams out of the division. He did it with Newcastle. He did it with Brighton. Tricky with you boys, the tricky trees, as we'll call you tonight. You got a chairman who, at the time, was thinking that you could chuck money at it and bring all these players from Olympiacos and different, the Greek capital to win you the lit trophies and get you out of the division. Sadly, it didn't really start off very well. I think it was the weekend was the first time if you'd won or be in the playoffs since the devastating defeat to Swansea on the final day of the season where you lost 6-0. But you bring in Steve Cooper, who for me is a very good coach. Another coach, we won't call him manager, he's a good coach. He knows how to get teams playing good football. Saw that at Swansea. And he's come to you boys and he's turned your season round. You were third bottom or fourth bottom when he came in.
We're bottom of the league. Yeah, we're bottom of the league.
It was a tricky situation, and he's coming in. Well, he's worked miracles at the end of the day. He really has, because he's coming in and turned you boys from a team that couldn't defend, shipping goals in for fun at times. You weren't scoring many goals to complete opposite. Very good defensive record, and now scoring goals at a canter. So what's changed under Steve Cooper in the 4 or 5 months now he's been at the club?
like you mentioned, with start of season, like with Chris Hughton, the first 6 games were awful, and we've drawn like even the Derby game, we drawn 1-1, but we were still shocking. And then he got sacked, and then Steve Cooper's come in, and the first thing that you always want, and Leicester fans will say this as well, you need to interact with the fans, and that's an important thing because, like all football fans, they want to have a engagement with your manager and the club. So Steve would come in, and then the first game he played against was Millwall 1-1, and then the second game, Barnsley, like we thought was 1-0 down, and then second half we changed the game, and since then, the football that he's been playing, as you mentioned, it's been second to none. It's been great, and I was lucky enough I went to meet Steve Cooper at the City Ground, and to see that, for Steve Cooper to make he organised it as well. It wasn't Forest; it was him himself. I think it was international duty, and the way he was talking, he wants to engage with Forest fans, because like I said, for the last since Billy David days, we've had not that time with interacting with managing that, but since then, the performance on the pitch, it's been great, especially our away form. Against teams that were bogey teams, and we're doing great. And like I said, we were bossing the league when he came. And then I think a day later, Derby got relegation as well. So the Cooper effect doesn't happen. But like I said, he's doing fantastic. Like I said, beating Arsenal in the FA Cup as well. That was something you can remember as well. Like Forest fans, we were thinking, we're not going to be Arsenal. And Steve Cooper, like I said, especially the January window, Forest has had one of the best transfer windows we've had for years, and now I think we're 8th in the league. It's been a remarkable season so far, and it's good. Like I said, as Leicester fans, don't laugh at us, but we don't care. It's been a horrible. What can you say? Last horrible 18 months, or even further than that, and it's been great. And now we've got you lot. You lot should be running scared, because I've been watching Leicester's form, and it's not been great, has it? And
no.
And our form's been good. So if Leicester think they're going to come to the City Ground and tankers, you got something to come to, because, like I said, our form's been great.
I think, as we were talking about before, mate, we'll say, me being a realist, and I've always done that. I've never gone, we're going to tank someone, because I've seen those stupid headlines. I think I remember Paulo Sousa said it one year, we're not far away from tanking someone, but then we went to Portsmouth and we lost 6-1. So I remember the days of silly comments like that to come out and say we're going to tank someone. It's never the biggest thing. It's never clever to say. This is going to be a tough game for Leicester. I'm a realist on the fact that our season has been very up and down. We've had some good games and we've had some highs, beating Man United 4-2, the Liverpool result, beating them 1-0 over Christmas. Even the Man City, as much as we lost 6-3, 6-3, is it? 6-3, 6-4. We to get back into that game when we were 4-0 down at half time took some doing. Sorry, 6-3 in that game. There is a sign that Leicester has started to turn a corner. We've had to change our defensive routine, as you probably noticed. Our corners defending has been shocking this season. We have gone back to the old school, the last 4 games of man-to-man marking, 2 men on the post, proper old school defending, what you probably see more in the Championship than you do in the Premier League, because Premier League is zonal marking, this, that and the other, and unless you've got the players who understand it, you can be made a fool, and we've done that this season. But we go into the game after a 1-1 draw against Brighton, another game that we probably should have won, but we once again, we can't defend across into a box, and sadly, we were missing players. And luckily, the likes of Iheanacho, who got knocked out early, the Africa Cup of Nations, and Ndidi will be back for this game, because we all know as Leicester fans, with Ndidi, our win percentage is a lot higher than without him in the team. going into the game of the weekend, we were just talking. I said, if you boys can defend how you did at Cardiff at the weekend, we that'll be brilliant for us, because going this season, there's no problem with us scoring goals. The biggest problem is that we can't, our defensive record, 3 clean sheets all year, says it all. We struggle to defend at the moment. What's your prediction for the lineup's going to be? Because obviously your striker went off at the weekend. It's gone out my head. Lewis Grabban. Grabban went off at the weekend injured. What looked like a nasty injury after a hard challenge. Probably wasn't fair in the modern day game anymore. But is there any news on him being available for the weekend?
Nope, he's out for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. And with Lewis Grabban, since Cooper's come in, he's been fantastic. I like under Hooton, and I'll say for a long time, and I put my hands up. I was slating him because, as everyone knows, like Lewis Grabban, he's had past history of sulking, but we've got to be realistic. He's scored goals for us, and since Steve Cooper's come in, he's been great. And the injury that he got at Cardiff, it was bad, but we've got a good side, and like I said, but Lewis Grabban has been that, like he can score goals, he can set people up as well, and he's 34 years old, so he's going to be a massive miss. But we've got a replacement. We brought in Sam Sturridge, I think his name, from Stoke, and hopefully, I forgot as well. We've got Davis from Aston Villa, Keenan Davis as well, and he's been a massive help as well. So, with the Grabban situation, like, yes, he's injured for 6 weeks, but as a Forest fan, if Chris Hughton was manager now, I would have been worried as hell. But now we've brought in Cooper, we've brought in players, like I said, when Grabban is injured, like I said, we've still got a strong side, so I'm not worried. I'm confident.
Someone, Liam's asked a good question for you boys. Which Leicester player would give you guys the most concern? So, obviously we've got a few talented individuals, but who concerns you the most going into the weekend? I mean, you look at Maddison, was it 10 goals, like assists and goals in the last 6 games or something, 7 games, he's flying. Lookman's been in the score sheet the last 4 or 5. Who concerns you most out of this Leicester team? I mean, obviously Leicester probably will be without Vardy going into this game, but his form this year, before Christmas, was flying. 10 goals in the Premier League. What's for any strike in the Premier League is a good achievement before Christmas. But what's your concerns going into the game, really?
The players that I think I'm like worried about is Barnes. Barnes he's a good player. I think I remember when he was at West Brom. He's talented, and you mentioned Maddison. He's a good player as well. And you got, is it Mark Albrighton? He's about 34, 35, and he's still got it in him. You've got a good side. Let's know. Like, Rodgers has got a good side. You got a good keeper, Schmeichel. Do you think Schmeichel will play this weekend?
Yeah, Casper will play. He's played the last 2. I've got a feeling he will start this weekend, mate.
Yeah, so you've got time to side. As you mentioned, Vardy, he's a good player, but I think I'm more worried about his midfield. Like, we've got a good side, but on paper you've got a better side.
Tillemans and Diddy
as well. Tillemans and Diddy, exactly. So am I worried on form wise? Like I said, you've not been great, but
definitely not.
But if I look at it on paper, you're a better side than Arsenal. And that's come from me. Like, I've got to be realistic about it. You're a better side than Arsenal, because Arsenal were poor. So the player that I think I'll go for is Barnes, Maddison, and that I think it's going to be a midfield battle.
I mean, we were saying about Mike. We said before, and I mean, I looked at your team, and as I said to you, where do you think overall is your weak point? Is your team, you are defending better than you were, and you're scoring goals, but in that whole team, when you obviously Cardiff wasn't the all-round performance we'd seen, and we spoke about it. I'd watched 4 or 5 of your games to see where you were at before we played this game, because I was concerned. But where do you still feel there is a weak spot in your team, or where can Leicester go into this game and really get at you if they wanted to?
If I said the start of the season, I would say defence, because we were awful under Houghton. But right now, it's hard to pinpoint, because I'll say we brought Lowe from Sheffield United and he got injured and he's still getting match fit. I'll say left back, because like I said, that's been a weakness for years, and so yeah, that's the weakness. I'll say left back. But all around, I think we're strong. We're strong because we've got Cook, got him in from Bournemouth. We needed a leader. That's the most important thing. We needed a leader, and we've got one. We mentioned Spence before. Come on, Spence has been great. Joe Worrell, he's injured as well. So I'll say even McKenna. I'm not even mentioning McKenna. We've got he's been great. So I'll say, let me say left back.
So if Leicester could get some joy down that side, then really down the right hand side, if they really want to try and exploit, is to use.
If you need to exploit it, it would be left back. But don't get me wrong, Lowe's been good. So it's difficult to say like where the weakness is, but it's left back. Of course, I say left back.
I mean, tactically, Ski Coppell plays it 4-4-2, or sorry, a 3-5-2, because he plays wing backs as well, or is it a standard 3-5-2 really with him going forward?
The thing with Cooper, he plays. Sometimes we play 4-2-3-1, or he'll play 4-3-3, or he even play 3-5-2. So this is what we've missed. We're unpredictable. We don't know what formation we're going to play. So this and the formation that we should play against Leicester, like we're playing home, and like I said, we've been great at home so far. So I don't know. No one knows what formation that we're going to play. But recently we've been playing 4-2-3-1. So it's going to be interesting Sunday game.
Do you see, as you know, Leicester are probably well known for getting frustrated quickly when we play against teams who defensively part the bus, put teams put a 5, put a 4, and then put a 1 striker. Leicester fans will even admit that our biggest Achilles heel is if we play teams who block well and put a defensive block, we struggle to break them down if they defend well. We've seen teams do it well this season, and we've sat there and gone, what are we doing? Why are we not? What are we trying to do here? We're passing it side to side, we're going backwards, but we don't seem to be able to break them down. We've then seen other teams try and do it, like Newcastle did, and completely muck it up and get hammered 4-0 just because of little one-touch passes in around the penalty area with Maddison, Barnes, Daka getting involved. As we all know, Patson Daka's got a great record so far this season. For his first season.
I forgot him. I forgot about Daka. He's a good player as well.
So, do you think Steve Cooper will come up against Leicester side and think, we're going to play our, good, expansive football? Because you do try and play expansive football at times and push people forward. Or do you think this will be a masterclass, a bit like Arsenal, where you try and defend in numbers and then counter-attack Leicester when you get the opportunity and win free kicks and corners and try and bombard us from those areas?
I think we'll frustrate you. I think that's what Steve Cooper does. Like I said, when we played against Arsenal, when we saw the lineup, even me, I thought Arsenal were batterers, but we won the midfield battle because, like I said, I mentioned Ryan Yates. He got so much stick. He's been given stick for years now, and since Steve Cooper's come in, he's been the man at Forest at midfield. So it's going to be a hard game. It's not like I said, whoever you got, Timmermans, you got the DD. They're not going to thinking, oh, we have time in the ball, but you're not. Ryan Yates will be in your faces and show you who's boss, because you're Leicester boys. If you're thinking like you can come to City Ground and thinking, oh, it's gonna be an easy game, you think wrong, because like I said, we bullied Arsenal and we got a deserved win. We deserve win.
Arsenal didn't really play that well that night, but let's be honest about it as well. But you boys did deserve it. You defended well in numbers. You blocked any of their flowing football at time, what they like to play. We all know Arsenal, they play one way, and that's pass, move. If you can block it off and you can defend rightly, Arsenal get frustrated. You did it brilliantly in that game. And then, like I say, you come into a game against Leicester, and it's probably different because, like I say, it's going to be I think it'll be a brilliant atmosphere on Sunday. I'm looking forward to being there. I'm one of the 4,000 people in the way end. I'm looking forward to being there.
I'll meet you before the game. I'll meet you before the game and after the game.
Jack has said that we're going to meet up, all of us have. So
I'll bring the tissues for you.
But like you say, it's going to be such an atmosphere in the ground. It's a sellout game. I think it is another one for you boys this season. You've had a few of them already. You've sold out quite a few under Steve Cooper. It says a lot because you weren't doing that beforehand. I think you were 22, 23s attendance sometimes, and this, you've sold out the 30,000 mark. It just shows you the fan base there is brilliant for Forest. We all know that. We've seen it over the years. You boys travelling numbers. I say, if you can defend how you did at Cardiff, mate, I would appreciate that because that was an off day.
Not them. That was a one-off. Like, so, I think Cardiff, we were poor, and now we've got you lot. Not scared. Let's put it out there.
Yeah, we all know that as football fans. Sometimes you have those days. We've had more than this season than we thought we would have done. It's been a disappointment season for Leicester. Let's not lie. 2 fifth-place finishes, an FA Cup, a Community Shield.
That's a poor. You're saying that's poor, Tom.
No. I'm saying this season compared to those.
Okay. Sorry.
Going into this season after a 2 fifth-place finishes, an FA Cup win and a Community Shield, winning the opening day of the season. You're thinking, there we go, boys, off to a start we need. And then it was just hit and miss, up and downs, winning games, what you shouldn't be winning. Man United, no one thought that. They were flying at the time and they were on a bit of a run and we beat them. Them losing to just poor, and drawing so many games this season. We can't defend, the Tottenham game the other week was Leicester in a nutshell.
Wow.
You defend well.
I couldn't believe that.
And then 2 minutes of madness. And we talk about Yuri Tillemans, don't get me wrong, brilliant. But that game for me was the game that showed a bit arrogance from Yuri because you've gone 2-2, you get the ball on the halfway line from the kickoff. And we've had so much success. 2 goals have come this season within 16 to 20 seconds of the opposition scoring by getting the ball, going back to the centre half, going wide and getting it in the box. We've scored 2 goals from that from restarts this season. Now, I don't sound a lot, but in football terms, that's not a bad return to score 2 goals straight away after someone else has scored. But for some reason, Tillemans took it upon himself that, no, he was going to be the hero and try a Hollywood pass. And before we knew it, Bojuan was going through.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. When you was 1-0 up, I thought, this is game done. Then when I came out, I was thinking, then you lost 2-1. What? What happened? But we've been there. Forrest's been there. We did it against Bristol City. So that's why don't thinking that you can come and sit going thinking, it's going to be easy game because it's not.
Let's get your things for me. You got some memories of Leicester? I've been to your ground news occasion. I've seen you. I was there when Mr Earnshaw around Christmas time put 3 pastas in a 5-1 defeat under Pearson. I was there 2002, 2003. Leicester just gone into administration, 2-0 up, and then 2-2. Jack Leicester at the back post after Ian Walker completely missed the ball, and then 2-2 at the City Ground when we got promotion. The 3-2 win to Leicester in the playoff season on the final day of the season.
Why, Tom? Why did you bring that up? I thought I'm going to end this show. I thought Tom was going to mention that game.
Mate, that was one of the best games I'd seen in a long time. I just talked about it, because obviously we both knew we had to win, and you boys went for it, and you just
went for it because what it was when it was 2-2. I think I don't know what game it was.
We couldn't go up at 2-2. See, I think you boys had a better chance.
Yeah, and I remember Billy Davis. We put on Elliot Ward went up front, and we were so sure. And I thought and I think we had a chance. And then Morez had to do what he did, and then you just done us. So that's a game that I don't want to talk about anymore. That hurt me.
Phyllis Fox says, Filbert Street, where our debut, it was a proper Leicester days. Well, I will mention the one, mate. I was there for one of the games, a 3-1 win Leicester. Van Hooijdonk scored for Forest that day.
Was that 98, 1990 then?
Something like that, yeah. So 97, but Van Hooijdonk scored. Leicester won 3-1, if I remember rightly, that day. I do remember that.
I can't remember, Tom. I apologise, I can't remember.
So, but yeah, I mean, before we go, what's your prediction lineup for the weekend on Sunday? What do you think the team's going to be, mate, for your Forest side going into this mouth-watering tie?
Listen to me, I think we'll play a strong side because we've got to, like the Millwall game, like I said, was awful. So I think that we'll be a strong side. I think Samba will be in goal. We're definitely going to play Spence. I don't know about Cook. I think Cook might be injured. So that's definitely a doubt. I think we'll play McKenna. I even remember his son might play. He's a good youngster. We'll play low left back. We're definitely playing my favourite player, Ryan Yates, as well, along in that midfield with Jack Colback.
Yeah.
And then I think the front four, we're going to play our player of the season so far, Brennan Johnson. He's been class for his Forest. So he's definitely going to be in it. Who else will it be? I think it'll be Grant Johnson, Zeganel. I think we might play Storage, what we just brought from Stoke. And I think David's going to start to bully your centre backs because your centre backs are going to have a tough night on Sunday. And we're ready. We're ready for you. Like you lot can bring your 4,000 Leicester fans where you walk as Chris. See this? Or you lot walk as Chris. You see that? Or you walk as Chris. Everything. Bring them with us. So
you keep feeding Gary Lineker's pockets, eh? Oh, dear. Dawes, I've got a question here for you, mate, for more. What's going to happen next season when you sheep friends go down, stuck in the Championship all alone?
Listen to me, they can go down. Send them down. I just, listen to me, I've got no sympathy for them at all. Do I want them to get liquidated? No, I don't. Do I want them to suffer?
No, I don't think anyone does, man. I saw the chant of the weekend from the Birmingham fans was having a party when Derby City die. I mean, sorry, we've seen so many clubs go to the rots. But at the time like this, I'm sorry, we all should. The football family needs to come together to make sure that football clubs still around. You know, in 10 years' time, not it's Derby County, but who cares if they go? No, it doesn't work like that.
Like I said, I don't want to liquidate. I want them to suffer. It's their fault that this is happening. So,
relegation all the way, mate. Relegation all the way because we've all been there.
Like I said, if we go up, we're still not going to have a rival because, like as you mentioned, Leicester City are not our rivals. There's just someone across.
Can have Cov.
We don't want Coventry City. No, we don't want them. we don't know rivals. Derby County are our rival. And say all you Leicester fans, before I go, all you Leicester fans on social media saying, count down to the game. Listen, we don't care. We're not your rivals. That's all I'm going to say about you. You lot can stick to your Lineker's Chris and all that. So
we'll finish with Jack's comment, mate, because $5 in the bank. Eh? We'll agree on that. We'll agree on that. $5 in the bank. Derby's going down with a $5 in the bank. And by the way, can I just say your fans were absolutely brilliant when they were chucking pound notes down to Derby.
Yes, they had to. They need money. They need money. They need help. So, if any Derby fans watching this, listen to me. I've got a sympathy for you. I don't want you liquidated. I want you to suffer. That's what I'll say.
Mate, just say once again, thank you for coming on. We'll speak soon. I'll give you a message on like Jack said about meeting up. We'll meet up before the game.
You come on the channel on Sunday? You come on the channel on Saturday? Yes. Yeah. People subscribe to Dore and Tor, man. Tom's coming on my channel on Saturday, 9 o'clock. So people, go and subscribe to Dore and Tor. It's going to be a great show.
Good lad, does. Take care, mate, and I'll see you on Saturday, and I will see you in real life on Sunday. But cheers, mate.
Up the Rides! Come on!
Well, I told you it was going to be a nutty show tonight, and what it was. Great speak to Dawes. What a top boy he is. Absolute top lad from Forest, eh? Look, we're going to a game on Sunday. We all know this is not going to be an easy test. Leicester this season be hit and miss. I just want to finish the show tonight on some sad news. A Leicester fan that I've known for many years, home and away. Good old Liam. Someone put it in earlier about it. I didn't want to say it tonight before. But rest in peace, mate. You're an absolute legend. You're one of the most caring, kindest person I've ever met following football, following Leicester. You're always there if you want to have a chat at away games, and you're brilliant on Twitter, mate. The banter and some of the things you used to put on there made my day. So rest in peace, Leicester fans. From everything I've seen on Twitter tonight are showing you how much you meant to them on there. So, as I said, rest in peace, mate. The whole of the Blue Army are thinking of you tonight. I promise you that now. And all I say to the Leicester boys, let's go there on Sunday. Let's go there and make as much noise for Liam. Let's go and sing our hearts out for him on Sunday and show him what he meant, and what he would have been wanting us to do. Thank you for everyone coming on tonight. Thank you for putting your comments in. I haven't got many on screen. It's gone very quickly this half an hour tonight. Remember, Joy Reid tomorrow night. He's going to be previewing the Forest game. Obviously, join the famous aftermath show on Sunday morning with Jamie. 10 o'clock. Grab your cup of tea. Settle down for an action-packed half an hour, because it will be. Jamie will be absolutely bouncing for Forest. And then obviously join Phil for post-match. We will have a full watch-along for the ones who can't make it to the game, but join us that for now. Thank you for watching. Good night. Rest in peace.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.